Hey guys, Stan is here, really nice to meet you tonight. We're having another dev stream like we did a couple of times before. First of all, I've got some news for you, so let's begin with them. The first news, Pantheon robots are coming to workshop the next week. So Nemesis will hit the workshop next week, then Hades will come, and after that Ares. So finally, guys, if you wanted them and if you've been waiting for them to come to workshop, here is your chance. The second news, Dragon bots are available for purchase, so you can purchase our Qing and our Guang red and green dragon for gold, and also our Guang and our Jun will be available in workshop later and now available for components as well. And the third big news, our season is over, Lunar New Year event has ended. And that's why we've got a special guest tonight. It's our community manager Tovsla, you all know him. Hey Tovsla.
I'm just going to pretend that I wasn't here like all along.
All right.
Nice to see you, Stan.
Nice to see you,
What
Tovsla.
a pleasant surprise, Stan.
Oh gosh.
Hello people, hello Stan.
So what do we have today?
We have a lot of stuff. For example, I can describe you what we have with this season. Like, I mean, the new season means new battle rewards.
But first of all, I think we have to start.
Should we actually tell what we have planned for the stream? Because it's quite a slow month for us in terms of news, but we still have some things to discuss, for example.
I think that's a pretty good idea, but before that, we've got something special for you guys. Just like the last time, we had some giveaways with saw that you really liked it. So this time we decided
it will be bigger. Last time we gave away like 9 robot weapon packs. This time we have 100.
100 robots for you guys. Dragon robots, the brand new. And important thing, this giveaway is for YouTube only. So if you want to participate, there will be a line right now under my fingers.
Like the instruction, what you have to do to
here
enter.
it goes. So you have to write #WRDragons, your ID and your platform. And after that, we will choose winners every minute or so. So you will just see them popping up down there.
Yeah,
we want
won't
them.
be announcing
yeah,
them,
we want
but
them.
You'll see, if you see your nickname down below, that means that you will receive your dragon. It can be like Ao Qing or Ao Guan or Ao Jun.
Yeah.
We have them like split evenly together. We have like 33 of each one. And if you don't see, I think we will be able to give away one of like 50 of them over the course of the stream, but if some of them will be chosen after the stream. So by the Monday, all winners will receive them.
So once again, #WRDragons, your ID and your platform. Just don't forget that this giveaway is for YouTube only. That doesn't mean that we don't love Facebook, we just don't have instruments yet to make such giveaways on Facebook.
I mean,
we really want to, but not yet.
It's turned out to be a little bit too tough for us.
A little too difficult, yeah, that's true.
No,
so if you want to participate, you may want to go to YouTube and watch the translation there, watch the stream there. Yep, and participate in the giveaway. But if you're okay with that, if you don't want Dragon, then you can watch it on Facebook or on YouTube or any other social media that you want.
And let's get to the important part.
Yep, let's get straight to business. So, first things first, what do you have today?
First I have, it's 1st of the March today, right?
Yep, that's right.
March 1st.
First day of spring, by the way, guys. Congratulations. We really waited for it for a long time because winter is harsh in Russia, and the February was very harsh, and we have still like it's dark, it's gloom, and it's snowing out there, just like in the winter.
In our case, like March is basically February's twin.
It's basically another
less
winter
evil
month.
twin, but
So if your first day of spring is just sun all day long, blue sky, sand, then, well, you're lucky.
But we digress. We have a new season, and new season means new battle rewards. I have them on my screen right now. You probably saw them in game already. And if we go through all these rewards, in silver chests, silver and higher, we have Viper. In gold, we have Strider.
Yeah.
Diamond and upwards, we have Pulsar.
Some lockdown stuff.
And
Okay.
Nemesis and Champion chests. This is the first time you can get Nemesis from anything than just like rolling it with just like pure luck.
So basically, beginning from the next week, you will be able to get Nemesis both from Workshop and from Champion Battle Worlds. So
that's true.
you can build it twice as fast.
And even though like out of all Pantheon pack, the Ares stole like all the spotlight, you still shouldn't underestimate Nemesis Hades. They are really strong as well.
Especially if you like tankiness, if you are more of a heavy guy, if you like brutal knife fights.
Heavy guy sounds like we talk about them personally, but yeah, if you prefer like something like bulky, like heavy thing.
Yeah, bulky thing, the Nemesis is, well, your choice.
And finally, new
As for the
rewards
clan
for clan
tasks,
tasks, we have Corona and Violent.
Corona
We
and Violent.
thought this will be a good idea to use Valent for clan tasks because it's a very teamwork-oriented robot, and
we love teamwork, so
Yes.
Wayland and Corona for
So,
clan
yes.
guys. Alright, that's for the Battle Wars, available already on all platforms. And now, Lunar New Year. We've got some numbers here, right?
It just have ended, and we have some numbers for Lunar New Year, right?
Alright,
And what do we have? We have some stats. I mean,
so
we love stats, and we wanted to show you some stuff, like fun stuff, for a while. And for example, how do you think, how many Dragon Robots people collected total during the event from Hongbao Lottery?
Dragon Row.
Yes.
Let me
Don't
think.
look here.
Okay, I won't. Around 50,000, I guess, 50, 60.
Well, I could say it was close, but it's actually 83,000.
83. Oh, that's a lot.
Yes.
But was it on all platforms?
On all platforms combined.
All right.
Yes,
Then it's okay.
We can show this on the screen. And right below you see how many Dragonfire weapons people collected. And the number seems lower than that.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
Why so?
The reason is simple. For Dragon Robots, we have combined like total amount of robots collected, like complete robots, and also the amount of components people got. So like, for every 10,000, we add one there.
All right.
Yes, and Dragonfires, they were available only as a full item, so the number is lesser.
The exclusive Dragonfire weapons that were available
the
during
ones
the
that
lottery.
won't be available for a while at the very least, but they may make a return at some point.
May
but
not.
Yes.
Who knows?
This was a really interesting experiment, like using like the weapons you already know, even though these weapons never seen the
They were
life
pretty new, yeah.
But their idea is a different look for the weapon. So this was the first time we did this, and we will probably continue experimenting with this because people actually received it pretty well.
All right.
So
Let's
not just
move on.
paint jobs, also like new looks for weapons. And we also have two names of people who completed first all tasks on platforms.
So wait,
on their
they were
platforms.
first.
Sorry, we don't have
pioneers.
people from Game Room and
other platforms, all right,
Amazon, but we have iOS and Android because like competition was really close there because you can see that people who completed all the quests, all the tasks were. This was at the exact day when these tasks were released. So they were really tough, and these two people, like
Xcrill, all right.
Xcrill, I believe this is how it's supposed to be pronounced. I mean,
No, well,
it is
we can guess only.
It is way more fancy in the game because people love using like fancy characters.
Especially in the higher leagues, yeah.
What we can read
you
is
can see
actually-
it all the time.
Yes. And Arrest 1122 on Android
Was the first time to complete all the tasks.
was the first one. Yeah, right. So great job, guys. I mean,
Congratulations, you were the first.
you're kind of crazy, but that's impressive.
Right, what do we have? Aha! Most popular skirmish. By the way,
Crazy in a good way. I just want to say this.
how many skirmishes were there?
We had like 4 skirmishes over the course of the event. Like there were like more regular ones and 2 I want to highlight especially.
All right.
Because the most popular one was the first one, the one that started with the event, right once the event started, the skirmish started. So Dragon's Wrath was the skirmish where you could try the dragon robots
For the first time.
for the first time. And it was the most popular one. Maybe
Well, no
because this
wonder.
was the first one.
Yeah, it's,
Maybe because
it's
it
an
had dragons.
opportunity to try the first.
So it had 1.1 million players on all platforms. And the second highlighted Skirmish was the one with no weapons. I mean,
Oh, I really love this one. I guess that was my favorite of all of 4 of them.
I mean, it was weird at the very least because, I mean, you take Pantheon robots, you take dragons, you strip them of all weapons other than ones they already have with their abilities, and you make them fight each other. Of course, we had to change the numbers because the damage without these balance changes would like be too low and fights would really drag, so we changed this. And this is actually one thing that made this skirmish the most controversial one, because people got kind of confused that, like, is this how Ares actually works? Is this how
Nemesis actually works? Yeah,
I mean, this got kind of confused, maybe because we didn't explain that numbers are changed. But still, this was quite an interesting experience, and people managed to deal tons of damage on these like weaponless robots. So on iOS, the record belongs to.
You can read this?
Yeah. So I actually asked one of
all right. You don't know
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yes.
All right.
Actually tried to learn hiragana, and actually I learned. This is the only set of like Japanese hieroglyphics that I managed to learn, and I forgot it.
So
but still,
how is it pronounced?
It's unagi inun. So basically, unagi is an eel, and dog inu is a dog. So this is one of the characters from manga or anime, which is literally that, like dog eel, eel dog.
All right.
Like cat dog, whatever. So
Classic.
unagi inun, 4.3 million damage on iOS.
On iOS.
Record.
Pretty impressive.
And player.
Triangle. 3.5 million.
3.5 million damage on Android.
That's
pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty impressive, guys. Congratulations once more.
Okay, if you want more stats like this, first, if you want some other kind of stats, please let us know in the comments, on the Reddit, wherever you think we can read this, and we read pretty much everything. Just
in any social media,
tell us
YouTube,
if you like
Facebook,
this segment,
Reddit.
and we'll keep doing this.
In general, what did we get from our Lunar New Year event?
Plenty of things. I mean, the reception initially was like really great, but at time it went down a little bit because there's a huge thing that we actually realized, because as the Homebrew Lottery and skirmishes and tasks that tied to the event were basically the only activities available during the event, the way people see the event completely relied on how good of a reward they received.
That's true.
If people don't get something in their like third or fourth role, they actually stop enjoying the event completely. So
that's true. Actually, there were lots of complaints in the community, and well, I can really feel this pain. So the Handball Lottery, the envelopes, they were totally based on the randomness. So you either get a really cool prize in first 2 or 3.
We saw
attempts.
tons of people who actually got like full Aujun from their first roll.
Yep, that's true. Or the another way, you can spin it like 5, 4, 6 times and there is nothing. And you work hard for it. You complete the event tasks, you get your event scores, your event points, and then, well, 50 AUG1 components.
Yes.
So that's a little bit frustrating.
To say the least, yeah. And
are we gonna do anything?
The takeaway from this is simple. The next event we will make, it won't rely on this particular activity. I mean, there will be other ways to receive event tokens. There will be other things to do during the events. So when, for example, we have our task list over, there will still be something to do.
But by the way, there is another thing. I saw it a lot and I felt it myself. On some platforms, guys completed all the tasks like 5 or 6 days before the ending of the event, and there was nothing.
Yes.
And they were like, well, and what should I do next?
So we have to step up with our like informant game to actually let you know in advance what you should expect from the event. So if we have like 16 tasks, okay, we will just give you these idea of what you should expect.
So how many tasks? What will they be? So for people just to understand, for players just to understand, what should they expect?
So yes, it's all about like expectations, and we have to manage them properly. And yeah, like two clear takeaways from this story, two big lessons we learned. Just first, let you know what to expect in advance, and second, give you basically more stuff to do. I won't spoil like what we have prepared for the next event. You can expect it around like April or so.
So around the next big update we'll have. All right.
And you'll see it soon.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Let's move on. I know that we have some meta highlights, as we call it.
Yes, this is another segment that I wanted to introduce on the live streams for quite a while, is to talk a bit about current popular robots, current popular builds. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. I just outlined the three categories, like the robots that are still like very strong, that take that see a lot of success in higher leagues. The robots that climbing up there to them, that's actually like new rising stars.
The second group. And
yes,
the third
and
one?
The third one is my favorite one, is hidden gems. Like the robots that are not very popular, but I actually want you to try them because they're not very popular, but with people who actually use them, they see a lot of success in them.
Hidden gems, like your granny's gem that you forgot about 10 years ago.
Yes.
Apricot or cherry gem.
Everything new is well forgotten, old. I don't know if people say this in English.
I guess so. All right, so still going strong. Two guys here, Ares and Spectre.
I think you can guess it. Yes.
Oh, pretty straightforward. Yeah, Ares is one of the most popular options right now in the highest leagues, especially. Yes. So it's pretty meta, and Spectre was king before Ares.
I have them on my screen. So Ares and Spectre. I'll try to be brief because I believe you know everything about the Ares and Spectre, but I want to...
So this picture is basically king is dead, all hail the king.
Yes, kind of, but I won't say that Spectre is dead. Because many people started like making prophecies that after the nerf the Spectre saw in 4.3, it will be useless. Which is not actually the case. I mean, we had a lot of Spectres in the meta like 5-6 months ago, and they see less use because they are less oppressive, but they're still very strong. I mean, they are all like damage, pure damage, like glass cannon builds, and things like Orkan and Taran, and maybe safer Tulumbas with longer range. They are very successful. They are more risky, but they kill people like outright. And lately I saw people playing Spectres with Pulsar, which is...
so lockdowning the enemies?
Like, yeah, auto cannon with energy damage, like significant range. And people like Manny and others play some really good Pulsar Spectres on their channels, so check them out. And for Ares, I won't say a lot about this because...
Oh, you know it.
It's a very strong robot, and especially when coupled with Last Stand module, we will be looking like very closely at it. And
because basically, well, you know, you have the Absorber Shield, then the Last Stand module, and after it ends, the Absorber Shield is already up. So basically, you have three opportunities not to die. Isn't it too much?
Probably yes. I mean, the thing about Ares by itself, it's a glass cannon. And if we talk about Absorber Shield, it still has a rather powerful counterplay, which is basically going point blank at it, and people saw quite a bit of success playing against Ares on Pursuer, because when you go on Pursuer, like point blank to Ares, the hard points on these robots, like slots, are not very convenient for shooting point blank. They are like, nah. But with Last Stand, it is rather different because it allows Ares to survive under like duress, any kind. Like, we will be looking into
this. So
this,
I think we will look at Ares pretty close.
So I think on by the next stream we will be able to tell you about our further plans with balancing this robot.
All right, still going on. The next category.
Rising Stars. Mercury and Invader. With Mercury, this is something that also was to be expected, because Mercury, we buffed it first in 4.3 and then in 4.7.
Yeah, so it was basically buffed twice.
Yes, and after we nerfed Spectre, people started adopting Mercury very fast. As Spectre moved to more safe, like far onto the further distances.
Snapping style.
Yes, Mercury became like the old Spectre. People just go like
All in?
head deep, all in, and also the fact that it jumps and also deals damage in an area of impact. It increases its damage potential like quite significantly.
All right, and Invader?
Invader, ooh. Did we actually? Well, we buffed it in 4.7.
Yep, that's true.
We gave it 33% damage reduction when its ability is active. When it jumps, when it's in the air, it has a resistance. When it lands, it also has a resistance. And while before that, Invader was a really nice like silver pinata, because with boosters, with modules, it had like 500,000 hit points or so, and like okay-ish damage potential with 2 slots. Now, with this additional damage reduction, it can take quite a bit of damage, and it just doesn't care about like.
Invader just goes and gets what it
just pushes people away.
Right,
and this is actually one of the quick risers for. I mean, it jumped up there very quickly. And we will be looking into Invader as well, because it is also a very interesting thing to.
So Mercury on Invader might be the next Spectre or the next Ares.
Perhaps, but we will be looking into this because.
Right.
I mean, Invader is a pretty fun robot because it's a tank that is very mobile. And before we had tanks that are like Lancelot, maybe Fury, maybe Bulwark.
Bulky, slow.
Well, also lately we started to believe that Fury and Bulwark, they are not that much of a tank. They're more like snipers. At least if we take into the consideration how people play them. They take like long range weapons like Dragoon and others, and they are not very much of a tank. But for Mercury or Invader,
Tank
this is like
all the way.
True mobility tank.
All right.
This is a very new playstyle that we never had before.
And the third category? Hidden Gems, your favorite one.
Favorite one, yes, because I really want people to try them. They are not everyone's cup of tea, because Mender, for example, it has, just like Invader, lower damage potential, but it is very team player oriented, because it can heal, not heal. We'll get to this later.
All right, yeah. I see what you're talking about.
So you can spec it into a powerful like assault attack robot, or okayish tank, because it, on one hand, it gets speed up when it uses the ability, and also it gets damage reduction. So you can spec with modules into different ways. And you can heal your teammates, repair your teammates.
Repair your teammates. What about Strider, the king of dashes?
Strider. Yeah, Strider is another interesting one, because when it appeared like a year or more than a year ago, people started to got excited about it in a way, because I mean, before we had dashes, like our latest by that time flavor of the month, like the strongest robots out there.
Yep.
So Bulgasari, H, they were like
beasts from the east,
Yeah.
And
Strider, they had two dashes, OMG, and then Strider, 5 dashes. And people were like, what the hell are you doing? But still,
Strider basically was like dash 2.0, 5 dashes, like
5.0, yeah, kind of. And people started trying it and playing it like they used to play on H or Bulgasari and got blown up. Like
totally. Because yeah,
they realized, okay, it's like just a Kumiho. And they just put it aside. Some people started to jump to more of a defensive playstyle by by using Ensile. And
but I guess now, as we have lockdown weapons, as we have suppressing robots, as we have dot weapons and modules, this robot can be a bright star once more.
And there's another factor. People actually learn to play it like offensively. Strider is rather squishy But 5 dashes is something that allows this robot to get into the fight and get out of the fight. But using this properly and executing this on a high level requires a really good connection, really quick hands, and really a lot of practice.
So you have to be really good with Strider, you have to have a lot of practice and understand how it works, just to dash in, bring lots of damage and dash out.
Exactly, and at the right time.
Yeah.
And lately people start to figure this thing out more and more. They start getting better on Strider, and this is a really exciting thing to see because it's a very skill-intensive robot. And if you want to be flashy, I think it's your choice at this point.
Alright, so once again, meta highlights 3 categories. First one, still going strong. Second one, rising stars. And the third one, hidden gems.
Yes.
Guys, we tried this format for the first time. We've got lots of data here in Pixana headquarters about players using different setups, different robots, different weapons. And if it's interesting for you, just let us know, because we are really excited to do it and we want to tell you all about it. So if you want it, if you think that it's useful, just bring it on. Tell us all about it, hit your best shot, and we will collect this data and tell you from time to time.
Let's keep going.
Alright.
Do we have anything else to discuss?
I guess yes.
Should we talk about lore?
Do we have lore?
It seems like yes. Now we have lore.
Yep, guys. For the first time in War Robots, in the world of War Robots, we have lore. We have real stories connected to the world.
We wanted to explain what is going on in the game like for quite a while, but for the game that War Robots is almost 5 years old.
5 years old from a Belgium, wow.
For this time, I mean, we had some backgrounds in the very beginning, and then it just went away. And now we have to introduce this from the very beginning. And as we have more time between our updates, we can start doing things that we wanted to do for a while. And for example, we can start explaining how, for example, healing or repairing in the game works. Like how, let's just...
Well, basically we decided to take it from 2 different perspectives. We decided that we need to tell you a little bit more about the world of War Robots, as you guys really wanted. You write different stories, different fanfics, and we were really interested about it as well. So the first perspective is a little bit of science. What is science behind War Robots? How do robots jump? How do nuclear reactors there work? How do pilots survive? How repairability works? And we've got a special video there.
You probably already saw it, but let's see it another time because it's kind of fun.
Just why not? Hi Commanders, Stan is here, and it's time for a War Robots science lesson. Some people suggest that repairing War Robots is outright healing, like magic of sorts. But we all know there is no magic in the future. Then how do Mander and Wayland repair other robots? Let's figure this out. These little creatures are army ants. What's amazing about them is how they form structures from their bodies. Here they band together and form a strong breach. It's not perfect, but it does the job. Now, how is this connected to fixing robots mid-fight? Once you activate the mid-combat repairer, thousands of tiny bots rapidly jump to the closest allies. The bots themselves, like army ants, act as a building material. They find damaged parts on a robot and use their bodies to complete what's missing. Of course, they cannot fix critical damage or replace a broken weapon, but they easily deal with cracks in the hull and recreate small movable joints. One bot is about 2 by 2 millimeters big, about the size of a ladybug. A regular person can distinguish one with a naked eye, but a pilot seeing everything from a huge walking robot cabin? Probably not. The green line you see here is projected not by microbots, but the robot's self-diagnostic system. Its primary role is to scan for damage and malfunctions to notify the pilot about them. And microbots use it too. Wayland is a walking microbot factory. It can keep producing these little guys for up to 20 minutes without stopping. However, Wayland repairs much slower than Mander. Its microbot output, while steady, is limited by resources it has on board. Mander, on the other hand, is a quick fixer. Upon activation, it launches cartridges of microbots and they immediately get to work. Switching the cartridges requires time. Mander also has a limited amount of them on board. If matches in War Robots lasted longer than 10 minutes, you'd likely have to return to the base for more microbots. So, case is closed. but there are still so many mysteries to uncover. Like this video for more stories of War Robots world, and let us know in the comments what you'd like to hear about next. See you on the battlefield! And so basically that's how repair works in War Robots.
I just saw a great. They see me. Okay, they see me here. I just saw great comment. I mean, I'm trying to read the chat. It's really fast right now, but someone said like, I want these ants to repair my life. I mean, it's sad, but it's also quite fun, I think. Don't look at me like this. I mean, I really enjoyed this comment.
I'm not sure that our little tiny robots can repair broken hearts, so that kind of stuff, but we can think about it, maybe. Okay. By the way, there is one thing you can try, maybe it will lighten your mood a little bit. We've got a giveaway today. We already told it in the beginning of our stream, and we want to tell about it once more, because we can see that not all of you guys know about it. So if you want to participate, you have to write #WRDragons, your ID and your platform, just as mentioned there below in the text box. And every minute or so, we're choosing one winner. It will be in the same text box, and he or she will receive one of 3 dragon bots, Aoqing, Aoguan and Aojun, just randomly. So if you want to participate, spam your WRDragons, your ID and your platform in the chat, and maybe you will be the lucky guy.
Another question from the chat. Will we ever have pilot customization? Lore. Let's talk about lore.
Back to the lore. So the first perspective is a bit of science behind the War Robots. And the second one, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the world of War Robots in general. What is the future? Why do people build these robots and why do they fight in general? Are these fights on Earth or on other planets? What do people do? How do they live? But also we wanted to make it a little bit more
personal.
Yeah, a little bit more human. That's right. And so we decided to make it from the perspective of one person.
Kyle Rogers.
Kyle Rogers, that's right. You've already
Kyle Rogers.
Kyle Rogers. You've heard this name and this surname. We've teased it a little bit in our social media, and we already have some diaries of him.
Yes, I think we shouldn't spoil it for those who haven't read it yet.
If you haven't heard about it, if you haven't read it yet, you can go to our website, warrobots.com, and see we've got, I guess, two entries there, yes?
Yes, for now only 2, but there will be a lot more, and not just text. I mean, we want to tell the story of this person. We came up with one like War Robots pilot, with his background, with his story, like how he ended up where he is. We didn't yet get to where he is right now yet, but we will get to there eventually.
So we're just warming up. Big things are coming.
Yes, and there will be like different formats, different things about him, so expect more to come.
I guess there will be something interesting already next week.
We will start making a foundation for something interesting, and maybe in a week, like in 2 weeks or so, there will be more stuff about Kyle Rogers.
All right, so basically stay tuned, and if you're interested in it, if you're interested in War Robots lore and War Robots stories, ask your questions. Ask anything about War Robots world. Maybe we will try answering it in other videos, and maybe we will try.
Actually, when you start thinking about it, there are many things that start making sense in the game. For example, we actually came up with a pretty good explanation of how catapulting works in the game, how pilots survive.
Yeah, how pilots, yep.
We will get to it later.
Yep. So once again, if you're interested in it, write it down. Okay, and another big thing we've got today, community activities. We've got lots of things going up in the communities on our social medias, in Facebook, on YouTube. By the way, YouTube. We've got our big stars like Manny and Adrian.
Oh, yes.
These guys, you all know them. They're really funny, they're really interesting. But we have lots of other YouTube channels, YouTube guys that are not so famous, but they're really cool. They do a great job.
Start on these live streams. We want to start highlighting the new content creators, like lesser ones, who start making their stuff, and we believe that you should check them out. Because why the hell not?
Do we have anything today to show?
We have a person named Justice Review. And we have a tiny bit of his video to show you, so
Well, actually, I haven't seen it, so
Let's check this out.
all right.
Hello there, pilots. This is Stan, Community Manager, War Robots team, filling in for Justice Review. I know what you're thinking, and you're right. Let's dig in. Shredder has received a buff in Developers Update 4.7. Now you can root your enemy and boom, bring your wrath upon them. On the other hand, if you are rooted, this is not a sentence. You will have a chance to recover and strike back. Just because we focused on fresh gameplay possibilities and utility, rather than deadliness. And variety is something we all love. Next, our old buddy Leo got redesigns with an active module for steadier performance and smooth gameplay. Get ready to hear Leo's mighty roar.
Oh my god, that was basically me. That was the parry. Why didn't you warn me? Serious, but well,
This was actually very stand of him. I mean, this was a really good dupe.
well, actually, I liked it. This was very good.
If
Thank
we
you.
actually switch you with him, I think no one will see the difference. Let's keep going. Check him out. Justice
yeah,
Review on YouTube. Follow him, subscribe, and
See what he has, and if you like it, just subscribe to his channel.
By the way, Daniel Main, congratulations
Another
with your
winner.
new
Yeah,
robot.
yeah. We are having giveaway, and winners are going and
Let's
going.
keep going.
All right, so we've got something exciting right here. We've got some community stuff made by our pilots in our social media, in our contests. So first of all, let's dig right into it. We've got some pixel robots here made by Denis Miftakov, aka Laserbot. They were pretty cool actually. Ares, Mender looks like he crouched and playing hide and seek there.
Actually, after seeing this thing for the first time, I realized that the thing I want the most is some kind of like run and gun thing in War Robots universe, like Mega Man style or
Or
something
like maybe a puzzle game for Sega, like
with
platformer.
these guys as bots, for example.
Yeah,
I mean,
it may be pretty cool.
the boss fight with Mender would be like really adorable.
He will be like.
People don't see you right now, but I think they feel you
They got it.
by how you sound. Yeah.
All right, pixel robots, really cool. Then, Lego version of Dash robots. Actually, that's pretty interesting. We've got lots of Lego versions of robots on our Facebook. Guys, keep doing this, and it's just very, very cool. So this one, some try to make robots using as least details as they can, and this one they are very realistic. So basically my favorite is Bulgasari. It's really cool, I guess.
I prefer actually the minimal ones because they show how little you need to make something to resemble one of our robots. That means like.
That's true. It takes lots of creativity, actually.
First, it takes a lot of creativity, and the second, that we actually got the images right, I think, because you can figure out that this actually is Heiji, this is actually Lancelot, and so on and so forth. It's not like I'm trying to brag, but I'm actually really happy that this works.
Yep. Yeah, it's really cool, guys. Keep going, keep on. Then, oh yeah, that's right. Just your regular skirmish, your regular Monday morning, and a chicken sitting on your leg. Nothing strange there.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
That's
a regular day.
A really interesting story we stumbled upon on our Reddit. One of our players had a present for his kids, chickens for Christmas, and they had to take them in bed to warm them up. So this photo appeared. If you want to find the story, check our Reddit and find this thread because it's really good. I liked it.
It's like, how do you play War Robots? This is how I do. I mean,
This is how we roll.
Yes.
All right. Then, oh yeah, that one. Actually, that's a pretty interesting story. Warren Dixon posted a real griefing photo on our Facebook, and it's just like, you're looking out of the window and there is a giant robot on your backyard.
Well, this really puts things into perspective.
It's pretty creepy, actually, because when you're playing, there are only giant robots, and you don't remember that they are enormous.
You
They're
saw
really huge.
that Bird Box movie?
No, well, actually,
Bird
no,
Box,
is it
the
good?
one with Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I've heard
This
about
is
it.
what they saw, actually.
Yeah?
No.
All right, and then guys began making the same stuff, and it's really cool. So keep going. We've got Eris over here. Just once again, you're going to a picnic, having your pickup, your family, your food, favorite burritos, and Eris on the background. Why not? Dragon robot. You go to a favorite cottage, and there is a dragon robot passing by. And when you want to go on a vacation somewhere in Europe, once again, there is robot. So robots everywhere. After all, it's 21st century right now.
Well, especially if you consider what actually happened to Earth in our lore.
Yeah, but we won't spoil it.
Yes.
We know already, but we won't tell you yet. All right, and another interesting thing, we had a contest on our Facebook on the 14th of February. It was Valentine's contest, Valentine's Day contest. We received tons of fantastic stories about love, about different loves, different stories. We want to highlight some of them right now. Of course, that's not all, but for me it was just overwhelming, because
in a good way, yes.
Yeah, in a good way, because for a lot of time, especially when you work with the game, you think that it's only game itself. It's game mechanics, it's fights,
like
it's
game
battles,
rules, game stuff, yeah.
And then you understand that it's something much bigger. It's people together, it's people playing together, talking together, meeting together in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, those are some of the stories
that we actually received.
Yeah, 27 years of marriage and still strong.
It's a short story, but it's like one of those stories that
just think
don't
about
need
it.
too much worse.
27 years, yeah.
Yes.
Terry Robinson, you're the guy.
You're 27, right?
Yep, that's true. I met my wife in 1992. We stayed together until 1995, and we met again in 1999 and never separated again. So basically, they were together for 3 years, then separated, and right now they are together for 20 years once again. I'm really interested now, how did they manage to meet each other once more?
I really want to insert some kind of Tinder joke right here, but I cannot come up with a good one, so...
I guess there was no Tinder at that time.
You asked me?
1999, too early for that. Alright, I love playing bagpipes and spending time with family and playing WR. So basically 3 best things in the world: bagpipes, family, and War Robots. Just don't try playing War Robots and bagpipe at the same time.
I mean, why not?
I think it's pretty difficult, no?
Oh, why not?
Okay, we can
you
make
can
it
try. I mean, if you send us a video when you play bagpipe and play War Robots, I really want to hear like War Robots team played on bagpipe, because I freaking love bagpipes, the sound of them.
Scottish theme of War Robots.
Yes, I mean, yes.
All right.
Do this.
If I talk about my love, I will share my love especially for animals. Yeah, I love speechless animals. I have more than 13 street cats. That's a lot of cats, actually. 13.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Well, that's true, but if you love animals, I have 2 street cats myself, so I can relate.
Mm-hmm. I have a plant, basically.
All right. I met Joy when I played War Robots 3 years ago. At first we were in enemy groups, but fate brings us together. We got the chance to talk beyond the games, and I learned that she was 1 year younger than I and studied in the UK. I'm now going to UK study so that I can be closer to her. So basically that's the story of people bringing together in War Robots. They met there and they want to be together right now. And he wants to be with her and he goes to study in the UK. That's pretty sweet.
Good luck. I mean, it's a great story, and I hope it will have a good end.
I'm really happy that War Robots brings people together. It's really cool.
Even though it's rather hard to
maybe sometimes, but well, it doesn't matter. After all, it's life. So yes. I love my cat. Her name is Missy. That's the last one, and I guess it's very short, but pretty. Well, I like it. I love my cat. Her name is Missy.
This is the best one, my favorite one, because I mean,
I guess your version will be I love my plant.
Yes, and the problem is that plant is not even mine.
His name is Eric. All right.
Good one. I think.
All right.
If Eric is watching this, he will appreciate.
Good. So here are some stories. Once again, if you have stories that you want to share, write to us. And we really want to highlight these things during our live streams, because War Robots is not just a game. it's something much bigger.
That's true.
Now with the lore coming up all our way and with these stories, with the community-driven activities, War Robots.
What else do we have? I think we can answer some questions.
Do we have some?
Actually, the chat is...
The chat is going on.
Chat is
fast.
really quick. All the time that I've been like all this, like glued to my PC, to my computer, I tried to get some questions to answer.
Did you manage?
It is really challenging, and guys, if you have any like Discord channel or something like this, like chat room, you already have with your clan or something like this, that you wish to donate for a great cause. If you wish to, for example, let people in during the stream, and we can use it as a chat room for having like a conversations mid-stream. If you have one, if you have a Discord channel or something like this, just email us on community@warrobots.com with the subject, say, Discord channel.
Because, you know, it's really hard to look for the questions during the stream because chat is going too fast.
We really want to have a real, like...
Q&A section.
Q&A sections with like real-time interactions. And also, be sure to discuss all the things on Reddit, because this is the place that we actually read the most, because there's a lot of great discussions, there are a lot of like in-depth discussions, like Reddit/r/Walking War Robots. Check this out as well. And I think I can try grabbing some questions from what's the right word? I have some copy pastes.
You've managed?
Yeah, I got some.
Okay.
Do you have a plan to have a limit of bots on the game? Or is it not going to keep getting bots till they cannot, or will be eliminating as their... I don't quite get the questions.
I think the main, as I understood it, the main question is, will there be a limit to the robots? So do we plan that we will have like 100 robots and not more, or 150 robots and not more?
I think the thing is, we don't plan to have any limits on the robots, but at this point we slowed down with releasing new robots. We will have new robots each quarterly release, each 3 or 4 months. The next one will be in April, the next after that will be April or maybe May. And the next one will be around July, August, and so on. And only in these updates you'll have like 3 more new robots. And this way you will have much easier time to adapt for new stuff. So
and to try it on.
Yes, this is my point.
All right. Any other questions?
Is Hovers Sima la Sivelho? I guess it's Finnish.
Maybe.
I just don't want to suggest like this is an Egyptian. Okay. Help me. Whatever.
Which one?
No. I'll just read the question. I think if the person who wrote it will realize. Is
Hover still good? Because now there are dragon robots that should be kind of better versions of it. So should I upgrade it? That's a pretty good question, actually.
This is an interesting question because the Hover is good in some leagues. For example, we have it designed for around maybe like up to Masters, because in upper leagues there are other robots that see much more success.
I think it's time that we tell people the truth. We designed Hover for people to be able to get to the ship you can see on the carrier map.
But now our robots can do this better. But Hover is very different, and if you enjoy it, you can upgrade it, but it's up to you. If you're going to go to the higher leagues, you better switch maybe for something else.
Well, my point of view, I think you should relate basically on your playstyle, on things that you prefer, and take it from, well, if you don't know whether you have to upgrade Hover or get one of the Dragon bots, just think which weapons do you want to use, and then choose the robot.
This as well, and if we compare Hover and our Juno 1 and others, they are very different in how they control, how they operate. With Hover, you have a little bit more control over its altitude.
Yeah, like, that's true.
How high you fly.
But it needs skill. So if you feel yourself pretty it is with Hover, if you know that you played a lot of.
But overall, it's like a mid-tier robot that you probably might want to switch to something else, so it's up to you. The next question I can't find, or I cannot find, thank you guys, blah 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 blah. Dear developers of the game War Robots and the Team Pixonic, Happy Chinese New Year, thank you for the generous holiday gifts.
Happy Chinese New Year to you as well.
Same to you, and his nickname is Bog Groma.
Oh, Bog Groma, the god of thunder in Russia.
Yes. Okay, will we ever have pilot customization from Cookie Candy Cane?
Will we have?
Next question.
All right.
I'm not teasing anything. No, not like. No, I'm not doing this. Stan, your mother and I are very proud. You've come a long way. White Emmet.
That's sweet.
You know someone named Emmett White?
I don't think so, but if anyone out there is proud of me, then I'm proud of him as well. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely people. And Smart Mine. Hey, I just wanted to ask, could you add a spectator icon? That will be great. We actually considering it, especially knowing that we want to go into like more of a tournament activities. We want to build more tournaments, more like stuff to participate and fight for some prizes. Like not full-blown esports maybe, but we actually want to push this competitive side of things forward. I cannot say for sure when this will happen, but this is not out of question.
So that's one of the things that can come to the game, and well, at least we think about it, because we see that there is interest in tournaments, there is interest in competitive things, and we are interested in it as well.
And the last question from Carlos Riviera. How about the robots? How about the pilot survive after a bot has been destroyed? Basically, how do we explain that pilots survive after being blown up?
If you play, you can see that when you destroy the robot,
something flies up from the robot.
Yeah, pilots are ejected. So
these things like pilots.
Yeah, they fly over. Another interesting question is, how do they survive after that? And I guess we will answer it as well. After some time, not now, of course.
I mean, we can actually explain it, but I believe the toughest question to answer is basically they fly up on a very high speed, high velocity. Yep. So they have to go through very high overloads, maybe even higher than like regular pilots do, like 13G maybe their limit. Pilots, I believe, have to go through even higher loads, and there are different ways how they actually manage to deal with this. And we will get to them.
But the main thing, they are not in the broken robot when it explodes. They are being ejected. So
they're safe. Most of the time. There are some cases when they are
no pilots were harmed during.
Yes. This is actually an interesting thing that we never actually used the word kill before we actually started to use kill streak in the games, like double kill, triple kill, because we believed that
no one
we
was
still
killed.
Believe there's nobody is being killed in War Robots. They're just ejected. Kill is like you kill this robot, not pilots. So we're keeping this like PG-13, maybe even at least.
Yeah. So you can play it in kindergarten. All right. Once more, thank you guys. We've discussed a lot of things today. We grabbed some news, some interesting stuff. Then we talked about Lunar New Year event, how it went, what numbers we received, and what do we expect from the next event. What are the lessons we learned? We talked about meta highlights as well. If this info was useful for you, tell us about it, because we will make it once more and more and more and more in the upcoming dev streams. Then we talked about community-driven activities, our YouTube videos, our different contests, different events, and keep sending these things to us, guys. Keep posting them, because they really make it much, much bigger than the game itself. And that's the thing that we're really happy about.
Yes.
So, thank you guys. Thank you for being with us today. It was Tovsla.
It was
and Stan from War Robots team.
And see you next time, I guess.
See you the next time that
in March, around, so maybe we'll have another stream earlier. We'll see. If you like this thing, if you want to see more of this, if you want to interact with us more, of course, let us know and
Tell us about
bring your friends. Let's watch this thing together because we believe that we are kind of fun.
All right.
No?
Once again,
Are we fun?
thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care. See you on the battlefield.
See ya. Ouch.